Oh boy, it's Bloodborne time. It's also my bango time apparently. Alright mate. Alright, let's do something about this fashion. We've worn this all set last time, let's come up with something new this time. What should we do? Actually, I have an idea. How many vermin do we have? What would Manbango time be then? In your clearly very relevant on this topic opinion? Yes, I say. Okay. Man, I've been trying to do the contract stuff in Team Fortress, and I'm moderately stuck on doing these, like, the maps on, like, Moss Rocks, Banana, whatever the fuck it's called, and Mercenary Park and whatever, and there's, like, two main reasons for that. One is that nobody plays those maps, so it's really hard to get to even find a game, basically. And two, because of the low player base, as soon as the bots start invading, which happens just about every game, the server just empties basically completely. It is really frustrating to try and just play a few games of like Moss Rock or whatever. It is terrible. Also, there might be some new variety of bot that makes it so that like that spams votes so much or something that the votes basically get disabled. I've seen that earlier today, where none of our team could ever actually try to vote kick the bot, which was not great. So either they're evolving again, or maybe people were just being shitty about it. I don't know. But yeah, it has been very irritating. Those might be some of the last ones I end up finishing. Alright, anything else to buy? Do we need anything fancy or interesting here? Nope, I don't think so. Alright, cool. Let's buy some fashion. So, not sure what we will do with hat, but let's have a look at this Canehurst set. I remember liking this, I think. Or I seem to remember liking it, I should say. What does this set look like? Oh yeah, that's definitely very knight-esque looking. This hat goes surprisingly well with various outfits we've been using. Huh. Yeah, it was pretty rough. And especially on these more empty servers, or like the less played maps, it's like... you just kind of... You can't do anything, you can't really fight back, it feels like. That cap worked quite alright, doesn't it, with this sort of outfit? Yeah, poor guy, single-handedly trying to carry the entire game. The game looks darker to me today. I wonder if my monitor is dying. Let me try to restart it. It's just somehow oddly high contrast, oddly low brightness in general. But my monitor isn't starting. This is very good. Exactly what we want. Come on, please. Please work. Hey, that looks better. That is much brighter. Goddamn. Alright, so I've made up my mind, and I'm gonna just also upgrade the Saw Cleaver to +9. Just so we have another weapon available. I haven't been enjoying the Boom Hammer that much. Yeah, I've also had an instance, which was really frustrating, where there was a bot, and then another guy on the opposing team was like, alright, I'm gonna hack to fight the bot. And so he just starts aimbotting to kill the bot, and it seems like a great idea, right? Like, haha, fight fire with fire. The thing is, he was also just using that to then shoot everybody else, and went like, haha, easy, haha, get destroyed, and people were like, hey, fucking kick this guy, please, he's clearly just as bad, and then his team was like, nah, and like, there was a medic that was pocketing him, and like, mate, please, I spent 5 minutes in queue to get on this fucking map, and now I'm having this fucking hacker just unabashedly standing there, and his team is supporting him, like... Oh, really? I haven't heard anything about that. That, sounds a bit odd as well. Alright, let's undo this stuff. That is correct, yeah? Cool. But yeah, it's just been kind of annoying, but such is life. Are we gonna fight mini beasts? I don't remember what these are considered here in this area. I guess we'll just slap this on, why not? And then see if we have any good of the star-shaped ones. What are they officially called? Radio? Attack up 15%, that's pretty good. I don't think anything can beat that really in this category. Yeah, it's trying, it's coming close, so well. Then we have 7.8, 12.6. Bolt attack up, no thank you. Blood attack up would be nice, but not fantastic given the lack of scaling. Do we have multiple of these? Weird. Oh no, we didn't even use that one, I'm dumb. Wait, that's actually a net loss? How is that a net loss? Oh, no it's not, never mind, it's still a net gain, it's just... it displayed a bit weird. Although 12.6 is naturally just better. Alright, we'll just go with this then. Fuck. Yeah, I mean... the idea of, oh, I'm just trying to draw attention to the issue is sometimes not the worst thing in the world, but very often it's also just a stupid excuse, and like a blatant excuse at that. Like, they're not actually trying to do a good thing, they're just using that to justify being a dick about it. At least that's my opinion on it. But that being said, I never really understood the whole cheating thing very much myself, so... maybe I'm just not really qualified to talk about it. Anyway, enough random rambling about unrelated topics. Let's try to actually get going with our DLC time. There's actually a chance we finish the game today. So there's one major area left in the DLC. It's pretty good. Like it's fairly big. It's difficult. Like it has the usual variety of ambushy enemies, some annoying enemies, some really strong enemies. It's a good area though. I like the area. Did I not light this lamp? I did not light this lamp yesterday. Nice. But yeah. So one big area, then the big old boss, which is one of the few bosses that I'm actually worried about whenever I consider replaying this game. Do I have to stand in a certain spot? I think I have to stand down here somewhere. Dial. Siege quite using walls and aim some flavor after episode 1. Now I'm not moving to what I think going, but this guy is making not aim for shit at me since the same bot didn't work in 2 minutes. Nice. I guess they're pretty helpless in that case, like once the assists quote unquote don't work anymore. He got so angry at me for TKing, giving the old oh my god it's casual. Like yeah, why are you cheating in casual to begin with? Like what the fuck is the point? It goes both ways, son. So that's quite the transition, out the clock tower and into a stormy sort of coastal area. You have these piles of shells here, which is always interesting. I accidentally break it, that's normal. Must break all the things. Madman's knowledge. There are places to fall down here though, so it's not...
Black and white. Blasphemous murders, blood-crazed fiends. Atonement for the wretches by the wrath of Mother Goss. Mercy for the poor wizened child. Mercy. Oh, please. punishment for the wretches. Lay the curse of blood upon them, and their children, and their children's children forevermore. Each wretched birth will plunge each child into a lifetime of misery.
You sound a bit unhealthy there, mate.
Mercy for the poor wizened child. Let the pungence of cause cling like a mother's devotion.
I don't think these are just like sandcastles. I think this, I honestly don't know the culture behind it, but I think in, like, this is a, like, Japanese, like, spiritual thing where they do these little piles of rock to, like, I don't know, like, not quite like a grave, but like as a, like, little prayer thingy maybe, or like a remember the dead sort of thing, and I think it's just doing the same thing but with nautilus shells. At least that's how I always interpreted it. Not that well versed on that sort of thing though. So I might be completely off in my interpretation. I think binning this man gives you the spell of his, but I'm not terribly invested. That's a big old skeleton. I'm always worried about wandering out too far, since you can't really clearly tell where the abyss is, usually. Very fitting. You don't know where the abyss is until it swallows you. Alright, fishing amulet. Very heavily, I guess Lovecraft-inspired place. But used in a slightly different way, and quite good overall. I think this place is very well done overall. Very atmospheric. I like the storm and weather effects. Quite nice. Anyway, we have enemies. Oh, that was fast. Some mumbling here. I don't think I've ever noticed that. Neat. I break stuff. It's my job as a Dark Souls player. Or as a Souls player, maybe. Must roll into objects, must create chaos. Oh boy, fish mates. Oops. That does not look welcoming. Anyway, enough dawdling. Let's get a move on. Oh, a lot of fish in these barrels. Someone goes away. The entire world is flooded. They missed me, which is quite nice because I wasn't even actually dodging. I don't know, with that sort of, like, drama effect attached to it, maybe it would turn into comedy instead of tragic. Like, that looks hilarious, am I, like, the mental image I'm getting from that? Like, just a fully grown man at a beach, just sees a sandcastle, just combat rolls in there, breaking the majority of his bones in the process. Maybe even going, "Fucking kids, just the fuck out of here." I think that's a great mental image. I don't know. I think that's comedy itself rather than tragedy. Wait, what? Did you say something, mate? Bless you, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, just anything. Like, the entire beach. Like, oh, someone setting up a little, I don't know, a little food shack, selling some shit, but it's like, "Oh, fuck that!" Just jumps in there face first. Gets absolutely fried. Worth it though. Alright, Alright, I think this is where we rush down the mage mate. No one's really loud. It's a very interesting attack these guys have with their like running up, spear thrusting stuff. They don't feel very like combat enemies to me, for lack of a better term. Like they definitely feel more like fishermen using whatever the fuck tools they have available to try and poke me, because I wasn't even trying to avoid them, and it's still very easy to avoid them instead. Physical comedy can be really good. Not even just necessarily slapstick, but just like people just fucking around. Hello. I'm here to thrust. That's actually wrong. I'm not here to thrust, I lied. My bad. Yeah, basically. Please, can I get this angle, maybe? I guess not. Never mind. Now you might be saying, but Cube, you said earlier that there was gonna be some difficult and tough enemies here, and now you're saying that these act more like harmless villagers that are just defending themselves with whatever weapons they have available. Like, can you make up your ass? Are you talking shit? Nah, I say, I'm not talking shit, we just haven't discovered Satan himself yet. You just clipped through the stairs, don't pretend like I didn't see that. Nice. Man bins himself professionally. Oh, explodey bits for me, thank you. I'd rather stay in one piece. So back there is our first Satan, I think. Yeah, that looks like Satan. Fish Satan himself. Or at least one of the fish Satans. Someone bandage me, they are. Something about just jumping into a dumpster is already pretty funny. Fuck your oil barrels, you don't need those anymore. Great one's wisdom. How do I deal with this situation? Let's start by going over here and just ignoring the grounded mates. Finish exploring the actual hamlet part. Down there's the lamp where we started, so everything is already nice and connected. Let's kick this the fuck down. Does the ground break in one of these rooms? I don't remember. Will be a fun surprise if it occurs. Oi. Oh, cool, just a butcher or something? Actually, never mind, he's slapping the corpse of some hunter. Oh, I might be grabbed. Struggle against. Ow. Ow, please. Have mercy. I know my character does not deserve it being a hunter, but please have mercy. Hey, the Herald said. That's what Simon is using, I think. The maid that keeps talking in, like, about secrets in the nightmares. Looking for them. Has a very interesting weapon, that guy. Fairly unusual, especially for Bloodborne, since it's a bow blade. Which is a melee weapon that transforms into a bow. It actually uses ranged attacks, mostly. Unusual for this game. I'm very tempted to just jump attack this man, and it's probably the dumbest thing I can do, but it's also funny, so we'll go do that. Just, like, I mean, the game, I mean, look, I know it was a bad idea, I even said it was gonna be a bad idea, but, I mean, that was a bit excessive, right? Like, that grab, we need to have a talk about that one game, like, that is not okay. shark, man. Oh, staggered him. Wow, so early that I got 2 dashes. So yeah, that's a shark, mate, and goddamn, he is very swole, very tough. Not a joy to fight at all these days. Thankfully, he's very likely to be the only one. I mean, how many shark mates could you possibly have in a single fishing village like this? Like, that would be crazy to have more than 1 or 2. Did you just come at me with fork and knife? That's madness. Madness, Mr. Fish. Keep that shit to yourself. So I think you could, in theory, use these explodey bits to fight the enemies as well. Like you can lure the big guy over to the exploding barrels and try to get extra damage in there. I don't think it's really worth doing that though. Get them out of the way and not accidentally die doing some sort of shenanigans. Also, I'm getting all of my health vials, blood vials back. This area has been very generous so far. So down here is the dreaded well. At least I think it is the dreaded well. Could also just be a dreaded well, but I think it is the dreaded well. Yes, this is the well. So you can hear a winter lantern in the distance, which is already a bit iffy. And behind me we see Shark Satan in glorious like 10 FPS or some shit. So yeah. There's also a second fish Satan, like Shark Satan, behind this pillar. We're not going down there just yet, we're gonna do this later. Now, we're gonna have 2 Shark Satans in that tiny of an area there. I'm not gonna do that right now. Right now, let's continue and clear out the area entirely, ideally. If we can clear this in one go and fully loot it, that'd be perfect. If not, it's not the biggest deal, but I'm not gonna risk my life going for that right now. We will do that eventually, but not right now. I mean, you can't blame me for jump attacking the guy there. Like, it's just perfect, isn't it? The way he was standing there with me above and even having the fire paper on my hotbar, like, yes, must do the jump. Alright, you come over here. If you're being careful in this area, it's generally not too bad, but if you rush forwards, you're gonna get into situations where there's like more of these magic skull shooty boys attacking you while you're also fighting like dogs and other patrols, like this guy for example, and his posse. So if you manage to lure them out, they're not that bad usually. Will you chase me, or are you just gonna be a knob about it? I guess that's technically chasing. Oi, stop tossing. Fight me. Yeah, I guess we're going in. What? Making a SpongeBob-esque pop sound? The little bubbling that they do. It's constantly going on. I think that's just the old water air nonsense. Gotta indicate that these are fish mates somehow, despite breathing air. I keep thinking I'm hearing the invader spawn sound effect behind me. I know there's an NPC that's gonna start attacking at some point, but I don't remember when and where and why and how. So this is the room that's a little bit nasty. Because we have a magic fucker up there, being a dick, and then we have Tossy McGee down here, being a knob. Then we have Missy Mickey down here, as in misses all the attacks, cube. What a grand ensemble of very colorful and very competent characters. Oh wow, that turn was a bit nuts there, mate. Yo, that range was also a bit nuts there, mate. I'm gonna die to fall damage, but I don't know. His other charge attack was so slow that I wasn't terribly worried, so I was like, oh yeah, sure, I can. He reset his animation by falling too far. What a kid. Imagine resetting your animation during a jump attack by falling too far. Like, isn't like falling part of the jumping? Wouldn't you plan for that? Trying to like move behind him right now. Oh boy. I am shocked that didn't punish me. I dashed literally again. Basically everything these guys do is like super slow, which is something I'm not well equipped to deal with usually. There's a little attack in there. Still have oodles of health. Nice turnaround attack. I was not prepared. Let's bring all the old reliable. That still hit me. Goodness gracious, sir. Need to chill the fuck out. Get that shit. Go down. Jesus Christ. Sharkman. Please relax. I know you're the big fuckers in town, but please, have mercy. Sneaky path for a chunk. Anything else up here? Just jumps back down towards the well. Right. Is the water not loaded? No, it's just very still. Or very, like, out of focus, I guess is the best way of saying that. Looks a bit weird. Such is life. Great One's Wisdom as we oogle into this cave right there that is coming up. Are you guarding anything, Mr. Sharkman? You were not. You were just being a dick about it. Understandable. Have a terrible day. Alright, we have reached the next bonfire. You don't look very health there, sir. Let me quickly do this. Then we can have a chat about it. My good man Simon, you look in very bad shape.
Who are you? I'm afraid I've made a botch of things. Oh, I can hear the bell now. The beast-eyed assassin. He's after me. Again. And again. It never ends.
Well, just fucking fight him, I mean... Maybe it's not that easy, who knows?
Please. I need you to do something. This village is the true secret. Testament to the old sins.
Sounds oddly calm during those.
It feeds this hunter's nightmare.
Given that he was dying a second ago.
Please. Bring to an end the horror. So our forefathers sin. We hunters cannot bear their weight forever. It isn't fair. It just isn't fair.
Good delivery on that line. So we get Simon's Bowblade and Underground Cell Inner Chamber Key. Rolls right off the tongue. Let's start with Simon's Bowblade and have a look at that. Oh, we also haven't inspected the outfit of his. Choice weapon of Simon, one of the first healing church hunters. Simon despised firearms, and so the church workshop had this specifically fashioned to his liking. The large curved blade serves as a bow when transformed, but aside from a few close friends, Simon was scoffed at for his choice of arms, for who would dare face the beast with a measly bow? Well, he would, and then he just fucking dies anyway, so guess he made a bad call after all. Get with the times. Bring the fucking gunfire. Right, Heraldhood. Certain church hunters obfuscate their identities and slip into the nooks and crannies of the city. This is the garb that allows these Herald individuals to go unnoticed. These hunters are keen to early signs of the scourge, serving as the first line of defense against its outbreaks. Or perhaps, when the time is ripe, they fight the sides of the scourge where there are none. It just goes to show the corner beggar is not always who he seems. So they're just rocking this outfit, hiding among the general populace and just being like, oh yeah, this guy is a bit of a scourgy one, we gotta take care of him. Sounds absolutely lovely. Alright, so we're gonna do the stupid thing now. Is this the direction that I wanna go? I think it is. Oh, I accidentally progressed. I wanna go this way because I wanna go back. So, there's a thing in the well. I was talking about the well earlier, and we're gonna go and try to fight 2 sharkmen at one. Yay. I mean, he shouldn't have dropped it if he didn't want me to take it. I mean, I didn't have any say in that matter. I didn't kill him, I didn't do anything, and he wasn't using it. In fact, I can use the key that he gave me to take care of the assassin man that was killing him, so if anything, I'm doing him a favor by picking up what he dropped. Anyway, so we're gonna do the dumb thing. Do I have anything I want to prepare for those? Let's put on the Shaman Boneblade, but I want to give it a few honest attempts before we try to do some more cheesy solutions to this problem. So we have Shark McGee up there, and we have second Shark McGee around this corner, and once we start the fight with one of them, the other is gonna arrive and gonna end my life. And this is all the space that we have to work with, and you saw them being all big and flaily with their massive attacks already, so we're gonna have a lot of fun with this, of course. Let's see if we can get a parry. So, sort this right the fuck out. I've decided against it. Just made this not completely fight yet. I think now he's gonna arrive. Gonna be about 1 to half HP. Nice. I was spamming roll, but he fucking killed me off the ground. So what I was trying to do there is, I wanted to get him to close to 50% and then go all out offense to maybe try and kill him before his mate readies up and joins the fray, because that's how you die. Once both of them are active, the fight is effectively lost. Like, from there on, I'll just probably be roll spamming and praying for the best, but it's not very likely to go anywhere. Let's quickly go to the previous lamp so we can access the well more easily. I think if we run through and take the ladder, I don't think any enemies actually follow you down, so I think we can just run through and try this a few times in a row. Also, we can... I wanted to go back to the research hall, or the, whatever the fuck, what's it called? We'll see that here in a second. The research hall, actually, yeah. Let's go quickly back to the research hall and see if Adeline's questline has concluded. Because I wanted to go check in on that when I started the stream, but I forgot about it, so... Let's try to do that now, before we get too deep into Sharkwell Central. Hello Astra, and time for hydrate, and you should hydrate too. You seem to have changed, Adeline. What's going on there?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
One last time. Will you fetch brain fluid just one last time? A murky, mushy fluid that will make me whole. The sticky sound whispers to me, so very close, right into my ear. My head, just a head, that's all there is. I need my baptism. Please, I beg of you, I want to be something.
I think by all accounts you already are something. Quite something, in fact. Where's your body? Where did you leave that? It's just a blood trail over to the corner. Oh, the other ones left their body behind. So I've always liked this one. This is a fun little puzzle to progress because we need more brain fluid, but you can kill everything in this entire place over and over again and you're not gonna get anything out of any of them, like any more brain fluid. But there is actually one more brain fluid that you can find and give to her, and if you've paid attention to what we did to the other head blobby thingies, they usually, if you bend them, drop their brain fluid, but then they do recover and proceed like normal. So we can actually give her a slap and pick up brain fluid from her. And she will recover just like normal and she'll be perfectly fine.
Please, give me brain fluid, the sticky
That fucking slurping.
I see a shape. My guide, I see your voice. Clearly as it bends and bleeds. My own revelation. Just for me. Thank you for everything. Really, I used to be nothing.
Well, I guess she died happy. Alright, we got the Milkweed rune, and we got some insight. Clearly we got some insight. Milkweed, a carol rune envisioned by Adeline, patient of the research hall. A transcription of the inhuman, sticky whispers that reveal the nature of a celestial attendant. Those who take this oath become a lumen wood that peers towards the sky, feeding phantasms in its luscious bed. Phantasms guide us and lead to further discoveries. This also is an oath rune, as you can see, by the coloration. It gives a very small increase in item discovery, which is pretty pointless. I think as always, the oath runes don't really do that much. It has a very important visual effect to it though, like it looks fantastic, so we're gonna go right home and put that one on for a bit. Yeah, Twitch clips are usually a little bit finicky with the timing stuff, especially since it has that, like, the slider even has like decimals for the timing for the start and end, so you could in theory time it down to the decimal, but in practice it just kind of does what it wants, and sometimes it even lately has just stopped playing the video for me, so I couldn't even time it if I tried, and like it's been fairly annoying in that regard. But hey, at least in theory it does things. So yeah. If we equip the Milkweed rune, we become a lumen wood, I guess, which is also commonly referred to as a broccoli man, which is fantastic. I think you have unarmed attacks with this, don't you? Or was that like a spell or something that you can use? I could have sworn there was interactions with those, but I don't remember. Broccoli man is indeed fantastic. There's one major downside, I think. Maybe there's also some stats related downside, but who gives a fuck. There's one major downside, and one of the reasons why I don't permanently rock this look is usually that the, like, you're taller, you have this big old broccoli on your head, and it does actually block the view quite significantly. Like, if you compare there, where my head is, and how much of the screen it blocks, and then we put on the broccoli thing. and how much of the screen that blocks. It is quite significant. It seems like a small thing, but given how you lock onto targets and they tend to stay in the center of your screen, it does actually interfere with your vision quite a bit. I also would like to find 2 more vermin, and we're gonna do some NPC fighting in a second, so I think I'm gonna keep the Impurity rune on, at least for now, because there's a chance we find 2 more vermin, and in that case the, oh yeah, the Parasite, you're right, I forgot about that one. I'm dumb. But yeah, we're gonna put on the Impurity rune once more, and at least for the meanwhile, while the NPC invasions might occur, we're gonna keep this rune on to try and get 2 more vermin, but then afterwards we're gonna probably just switch to Broccoli Man if I... well, if we get lucky and get those vermin. Let's walk back to the fishing hamlet then. It does? Wow, I have not heard of that. To be fair, I never really looked into the stats of the thing. Like, it's just usually once I... Like, I had 2 characters that got this far that I played after beating the DLC, and only one of them was using the Broccoli rune because it was an arcane build, and it felt just, like, perfect, pitch perfect, basically. And then the other one, just, I ended up with a somewhat normal look. At least, comparatively normal. But it's still, obviously still gonna look very Bloodborne-esque, but comparatively normal anyway. So I think, at least I seem to recall, that if we just fuck off immediately, nobody follows us down here. Which means we can just try this fight again. We're gonna give this a few honest tries, and if it doesn't work in the honest way, we'll resort to some more cheesy methods. We have Shaman Bone Blades on us, which can be quite helpful. It is a little bit difficult to set up, so it's not like completely free, but it does make the fight a lot easier compared to just fighting 2 of them at once normally. Ow. Ow, that roll catches really well. Didn't mean to double dash. Yep, the double dash cost me as well. Fantastic. Alright, so I think one more swing and then his mate's gonna get upset at us, so let's try to make this one count. Oh, you cheeky fuck, you even run away. I forgot about that. Catch me rolling. I hate it, as they say. Boy, that's close. Alright, we got 1. Oh, fuck. I think he has a slightly different moveset because he doesn't have the anchor of his mate. Or because he doesn't have a weapon, basically. Well, that's the Sharkman done. Let's pick up our prize before something weird happens. Well, that's a no cheese well clear on second try. Maybe I'm just secretly a god at this game, who knows. Maybe the Worldly Exhaust is just overpowered. It might just be overpowered, but I don't give a fuck about sharks being bullied by overpowered weapons. Fuck this room is a nightmare. Anyway, we have the Rakuyo. Hunter weapon wielded by Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower. A trick sword originated in the same country as the Canehurst Chikage, only this sword feeds not off of blood, but instead demands great dexterity. Lady Maria was fond of this aspect of the Rakuyo, as she frowned upon blood blades despite being a distant relative of the queen. One day she abandoned her beloved Rakuyo, casting it into a dark well when she could stomach it no longer. So, more info on Maria's regret for something, which is apparently the deep dark secret of the Healing Church, related to this fishing village. Let us, instead of clearing the entire area again, let's just reawaken quickly. Oh yeah, and then we have to warp to the Hunter's Dream, and then we have to warp to the other lamp. Ugh, hate this warping system in this game. That's my first whinge of that for the day. Maybe I should do predictions for how many lamp-related whinging sessions we're gonna have per stream. Like over, under, like maybe 10 or so. Because I keep rambling about that, because it annoys me so much. Like, hey, warp to lamp, okay, what now? Warp to base area, or like to your home area, the Hunter stream. Alright, cool, what next? Oh, warp to another place, okay, cool. It's only 3 loading screens to traverse from one area to another. Haha, this is fantastic. Not a big deal at all. Not annoying. Oh, I should have repaired maybe. Oh well. I'll do that later. I was too busy whinging about my whinging. It's whingeception up here in Cube Town. Reminder to hydrate. Alright, so we have a door that opens from the other side. That's gonna be our main shortcut towards the end. Then we have this path, and it looked like we can also go in this direction a little bit more, and I don't remember what's here, so let's start by doing this. Get a fantastic view of the totally not an eye sky. We have a grave with a lumen flower on it. Any markings? Nope, nothing to make out. At least nothing that I can make out. Who's making out? Looks like a big old slug down there. I'm sure that's not of relevance at all. Maybe we do actually go the other way first. I swear one of these is a dead end, so let's try to find the dead end. Hey, I think the game calls them lumen flowers. I'm not here to judge and be all florist about it. In fact, my knowledge of plants and shit is generally pretty miserable, so I'll just roll with what the game offers. I mean, how blue is it really? Because the lighting itself in this area is just pretty, like, washed out and blue-greenish. Like, the tint is pretty bad. I guess it's not that bad, actually. Like, the face itself of my character still looks fairly normal. I don't know, whatever. So, we're gonna get invaded here if Brain remembers correctly. Let's find out if Brain remembers correctly. We hear the bell. Just like Simon did. So apparently Brador, the beast mate or whatever the fuck his name was, is gonna hunt us down. I'm kinda just waiting for him to arrive. It's an NPC, it's a story thing. There's an assassin here that wants to prevent us from discovering the secrets of the Healing Church. And so his job is to be here and kill any and all that get close to finding out the secrets. Oh, he drank the lead, it looks like, doesn't he? I haven't seen any of those yet in the game. Because I've never used one. Oh. Hey. Just expecting not to parry, although. It's not active anymore, is it? Oh, it still is, never mind. Usual fishing for parries. Not very successful against an AI that I don't know very well. Oh, now they ran out. Yeah, not so tough now, eh? Without your literal lead elixir. We get bloodied armbands. Wherefore art thou bloodied armbands? There they are. Brador donned a compatriot's beastly scalp and hide while still moist with blood. Most of the bloodstains on this hide were from that day. Absolute weirdo, I say. Good riddance. I'm sure he's done with. Like, we just defeated him. There's no way he's gonna come back, and we're gonna have to fight him again or something like that. That'd be silly. Most men admit defeat in this sort of game once you go them once. Your lightning still came out. That's so cheaty. Can I kick this down, or is this just a ladder? It is just a ladder. We have a lot of freedom here in how we want to approach this area, which is a good thing, but also a really bad thing. I tend to prefer, like, well, not prefer as in, like, game bad, but, like, it's easier to manage if you just have little dead ends everywhere, and you can clearly tell, okay, this path is a dead end, this path is a dead end, and this is where we continue, just so you don't miss anything. But, we just have to wing it and hope we find all the things that are relevant. Yeah, he was clearly only wearing gloves. I mean, we saw him a second ago. I wasn't paying that much attention to his fashion, but I'm pretty sure he was just wearing gloves, like most people in this game, honestly. Why did I want to charge that up all the way? It was super dumb. Oh no, what did they do? Sudden yelling, or what is your poison there? Oi, stop casting lightning bolt at me. That's like not cool. I mean, it is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. If I could cast lightning bolt, I'd probably also show that off. But I'd show that off to people that are willing to see it, and I wouldn't try to zap them with it. It's just rude. No matter who you are. Break your fucking Nautilus shells. Oh yeah, I am very experienced with that sort of torment. I don't know what it is, but they keep trying to renovate or change the apartment that is, like, not directly above me, but adjacent. Sometimes they also fuck around in the apartment directly above me, and it's really annoying. They sometimes start doing it super early in the day, and sometimes they keep going for a very long time. Also, the thing about drilling, at least from what I know, which isn't very much, I'm not exactly a very handicraft sort of man, but the thing is, usually you want to just go in one thing. Like, if you try to drill a hole into the wall, you would just do that in one go, rather than going like bird and then pause and then bird. Like, you don't do the little bursts. I think that's how you break your bullshit, if I have learned that shit correctly. Yet they keep doing that over and over, just like like little fucking spurts of I guess drillage or whatever. Or tool usage, maybe in general. Hey, this is the other side of the room, isn't it? Yeah, we just casually dodge lightning striking behind me, also men silently sneaking up on me. And also loudly sneaking up on me, which is totally sneaking and absolutely not redundant. Alright, Lightning McGee. Oh yeah, people love doing that. At least I don't live in an area with a lot of like lawn mowing and shit going on, but people are also very relentless in that shit. Like, oh, early morning days, the sun's barely even out, let me just fucking start my bullshit and terrorize the entire neighborhood. Ugh. That said, I live fairly close to a church, so I have the fucking hourly bell ringing, which is not fantastic either. But I kind of always lived close to churches all my life, so I'm sort of used to it. This looks safe. That is moving, goddamn. I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. That might actually break, I'm not entirely sure if it does. I kinda wanna find out now. Let me quickly heal and find out. Oh, alright. I didn't remember any, like, gravity-related traps here, so... I was not expecting it to break, but... Hey, looked like it might, so... I have to science it anyway. But yeah, people do all sorts of shit, like fucking chainsawing and whatever, like... People go absolutely ham in their fucking little gardens and shit. So anyway, here we have these shells with people in them. I'm not making that up. There are some with people in them. Please don't make me look like an idiot again. There we go. And we saw some of these earlier, or at least one of them fell from the sky in a very, very much earlier part of the DLC, which is very interesting because it implies that while we didn't really ascend that much, geographically speaking, that like this level of the nightmare must have been literally on top of the previous level of the nightmare. which is kind of an interesting concept to imagine, like, us judging through the place here, and then, like, suddenly we're just in a literal higher plane of nightmares stuck on top of each other. Yeah, it is very noisy here. Thankfully for like my stuff that I do, it's usually not a big deal. Like I'll be sitting here with my headphones on and I don't really mind too much if people are noisy outside or whatever, but overall it is definitely not really alright. With the belts, it's usually just a problem if I'm trying to sleep with the windows open. Just trying to get some fresh air in, and then early on in the morning, like, oh, 6 AM, better ring the fucking bell so that the entire world knows, at least the local area knows, that it's 6 AM, because we haven't invented, like, you know, watches or clocks or whatever. We just still reliant on some cunt with a big bell going, like, ding-dong every hour. Like, fantastic way of waking up in the morning, especially if you've slept poorly. But yeah, you kind of just learn to ignore it for the most part, after a while. Which doesn't really excuse it per se, it's just like, you kind of tank it. If only it was ding, it's more like bong, bong, bong. And like, worst place, like where I, like before I, how do I wanna sentence this? Before my, like the last place that I lived, there we go, was fairly close to two different churches for two different, like communities or whatever. So I got the fucking stereo bells going on, like one from a little bit further away with a slight delay, and then the other one fairly close by being much louder, and it's like they're competing for who could be the most obnoxious bell mate in the game. And surprisingly, both of them win. Oh yeah, children are the worst, like fuck them. Not literally, of course, just metaphorically. Might be worth drop-kicking some of their sandcastles, or like somersaulting into them, as we were discussing earlier. It's fascinating too, in my current flat, there's a, like one side of the building is facing a somewhat busy road, at least these days it's somewhat busy. It used to not be that busy. So the landlord installed windows that are like super good at keeping the noise out. Like my living room is facing the street, and I very rarely notice the traffic that much. Like, sure, sometimes there'll be a motorcycle that's obnoxiously loud, or some overtuned car that like, goes like full ass, and you can still hear that definitely. But for the most part, like the normal traffic and like deliveries and shit like that, you hardly notice that. And yet, funnily enough, this isn't the loud side of the building, because the side that's facing the rest of the like, I guess the rest of the suburbs or whatever, just like that area is so much more noisy, because there's like people working, there's often construction work going on, there's like lawns being mowed, and like, I guess not that much at least, but like there's like so much noise, not from the street side, which should be the loud side on paper, and is the side where I have the isolated windows. No, it's the side that shouldn't be noisy, that is of course much more. I swear I dodged. You are very aggressive, goodness gracious. Take the chill pill, or you just die like that. See, that's what you get for just swinging 18 times in a row without break. Anyway, here was that guy again. Dump ice water on them, nice. Yeah, there's a like middle school not far away from where I live, so I do get the old, or the occasional children-related noise incident, but usually it's not too bad. Yeah, no half-assing, no semicolons, just you gotta full-ass or boast. It's the one thing DK teaches that I 100% agree with. Oh, right. magic mate. Fuck off out of here with your cursed skulls of bullshit. Alright, slap your mate. Ow, oh, I didn't mean it, sorry. Sweet, sweet vengeance. Oh, out of stamina. God, the fucking saw cleaver is just so useful. I know I've just defaulted to using it again, but like, look at how often I can swing that thing, how fast it is. I'm just basically always able to just dodge away at a moment's notice. No overcommitment, the damage is still more than fine, range is a bit limited, but you don't need that much range in this game. I love the saw cleaver, it's just such a feel-good, brain-dead go-to weapon for me. Oh lord, yeah. That is where it's going too far. Isn't there an elevator here? Yeah, there it is. Oh, I should probably loot this first, shouldn't I? That goes much deeper than I thought. Never mind, good thing. I wanted to instinctively jump down because I seem to remember this only being like a fairly small hole with an item that you quickly pick up. Good thing I didn't just mindlessly drop down into the fucking deep dark hole of the abyss, just randomly dying 90% of the way through the exploration. And this also loops back to the lamp. I love lamp. Good man, lamp. Right, we have an item over here, and then there was a stairwell that we can quickly inspect. Well, that doesn't go anywhere at all. Yep, definitely. Thought I may have just fallen off accidentally, but no, it's actually not anything that it's connected to. Right, well, let's explore this floor then. Also, let's put on the good old hand lantern, because I love the little ambience lighting from it. I think it looks so neat. One of the things I like about Demon's Souls, specifically, is that Demon's Souls has your character have this, like, crystal on their belt, and that's what gives off the character light. Like, in all Souls games, you have your character just giving off light naturally, as automatically illuminating the area. Not that much, and you can usually pull out a torch or something to increase the area that is lit, but you definitely give off a little bit of light just by default, and Demon's Souls is the only game, I think, in that series that contextualized that by giving you this little light crystal on your belt, and it looks really neat. I've always appreciated that about the game. Is this where the badness is? I think this is where the badness is. Yep, that looks very much like the badness. Alright, we do not go that way yet. We go every other way in the game first. Which I guess is only this way. Although we hear a winter lantern already, which... Speaking of the badness... speaking also of winter lanterns, maybe I should do the old sedatives. Oh no, that was slow. Time to die. I didn't mean it, I'm sorry. Fuck. Where are sedatives? Where are sedatives? There. Thanks, old lady that went and died for me so I could have these extra sedatives. Totally not did that intentionally. Totally not bad-ended you on purpose. Oh, hello there. Oi, mate! I am dead. Never mind. We're gonna pop again. Holy fuck, the frenzy is just building like crazy, isn't it? Please try to grab me. Okay, we fucked up, we died. Holy shit. So I think we're using very not frenzy resistant gear, and we have a little bit too much insight, because that is not a very big frenzy bar. Maybe I should put on that rune that grants frenzy resistance. Also, sorry, I keep bumping the microphone accidentally. Alright, cool. At least we were right next to the shortcut, so it's not like anything of value was lost. I should probably quickly go back and repair my weapon, equip the anti-frenzy rune, and do that sort of stuff. Maybe spend some insight with the Bath Messengers. Make myself not instantly explode from frenzy. Stupid winter lanterns. Might even equip the eye rune and see if we can grab a cheeky little blood gem off of those winter lanterns. Although I really don't give a fuck, actually. Never mind, let's not do that. I can't be arsed to start farming for runes at this point in the game. Frenzy resistance, 200. Yes, please, that is what I want in life. Oh, look at that beautiful big-ass frenzy bar. That is what we need right here. do a quick repair with the 0 money that we currently possess. Let's quickly change that. Good thing we have all this money in the blink sack without spending it so far. The emergency funds pop at any time. Do some insight expenditure. Any fancy clothes to buy? Nope. Yeah, it was true, wasn't it? I fucking died. You saw that. Right there. I don't know what you're talking about. I was 100% dead there. If you're not paying attention, that's on you. Like, I just completely died. Do I want to buy this blood rock? I mean, it's a good way of just getting rid of all my insight instantly. Yeah, sure, why not? That did a lot for me. Maybe that doesn't affect the frenzy stuff that much. Let's quickly finish upgrading the saw cleaver then. That is not where you upgrade. Yeah, I don't know. I would never lie about not being dead. Like, when I say I'm dead, I'm always guaranteed dead. Don't think that thing happens where I've avoided death after announcing my death. Lighthouse Hut. Back in we go. So what are the other invasion spots for Brador? I think one's in the... like in front of the cell where he's hanging out, and one is somewhere else. Fucking brown bread is also just such a weird way of phrasing that. Y'all Akmen are crazy. Doo-doo. Yeah, I just said ooh. What you gonna do about that? Fucking excuse me? Cream crackered? What? Nani the fuck? What? Let's quickly explore this hole. Maybe it wasn't as deep as it looked. Get it? It's a joke. Haha. Anyway, let's go back up here. Oh yeah, I remember this gem. I think that's like an 18 or 20% anti-kin damage, which is very strategically placed here because we might be about to very directly interact with some sort of kin that might attempt to pin us. But first and foremost, we shall have winter lanterns, of course. This guy has my souls. It's pretty funny. How do you feel about having your loot nicked? I might not even pop from one of them. That's crazy. I was late. Oh no. You saw nothing. Fair enough. Yep, makes sense. I mean, a lot of these are just playing with the sound of the word, right? Like with the I'm dead, I'm brown bread or whatever, like that phonetically already goes well together, so it kind of remotely, somewhat, maybe a little bit makes sense. Oi, keep your gribbly hands up. I'm having a moment here, please. Thank you. Hey, you dropped my salt. Hey, you. Attempt grab and fail. That was pretty close, actually. And we avoid the pop. Easiest game of my entire life. I have never died in Bloodborne before. And we get Quicksilver bullets. Hard worth. Also, Fool's Damp Blood Gem. It's probably not that bad. And here is the other side of this cave that we saw when we were in the well fighting the double sharks. Also, that ladder just appeared, and you can't convince me otherwise. Also, I didn't pay attention to what I just picked up. One of them might have been a good blood gem. Oh well. And over in this corner we have... what do we have here? Oh yeah, the fishing village itself. We haven't even been here yet. Oh well, but that's a very stupid statement there. That's where we came from, isn't it? Oh, that doesn't make sense. We didn't... Where did we? Where did we come from? Yeah, knackered is a good word. I like knackered. Yeah, we haven't been down here. I think I talked shit. Another blood gem. Goodness. It's raining monks. Hail Julia, it's raining. Why do you not stagger? Please stagger so I can mindlessly M1 you, which isn't actually the button I'm using since I'm playing this on a controller, since I'm playing this on the PS4, but anyway, I still want to mindlessly M1 you, because the notion is what we're obviously referring to. Yeah, we have absolutely nothing here. Alright, lightning. Right to the right to he says, doing a single puff of lightning like that. Wouldn't that be the kind nerf that he deserves? I think so. Hey, Bloodborne. Could have sworn you got one in the DLC. Glad to find. How did you just bounce me backwards? That's some next level stuff right there. But yeah, so we have another Blood Rock now. We could finish upgrading another weapon in that case. Don't really feel like doing that though. The only option that we have already at +9 would be the Boom Hammer, and I wasn't really feeling that so much, so... I think we'll be fine with just 2 10 weapons, or level 10 weapons. Right, so that looks like the end of this cave, unless I'm missing a ladder or something else that's otherwise obvious. Oh, seems to be it. Also, it seems like we're not getting vermin from fighting off Brador, which is unfortunate. We might get some vermin when we eventually fight his real version. I'd like to get to 5 because then we get the helmet from Walter, and that'd be some fun little extra bits of lore. Oh, that is not just the water effect. There's like a shit ton of like eels and fish and leeches and shit here. Maybe not leeches, but definitely a shit ton of fish everywhere. It is not just the water effect. And I think some of them might even be moving. Now that I mention it, none of them are moving. It is just the water effect. I'm talking shit. I could have sworn there was an area where they started like writhing and stuff, but maybe I'm just misremembering. Yeah, bunch of dead fish. Never mind me. I talk shit. We leave. Let's just pretend we never heard that. Right, so this is not where we go. Now I have Winter Lantern humming stuck in my head. It's kind of bad. Over there is boss time. Let's not do that just yet. So, how do I thought one of these led just straight into the normal fishing hamlet. Like in the normal, like, bit of village that we ran over earlier. I guess I go back up and have a thorough look. Huh. Maybe I missed a path somewhere. I swear I'm not just doing that to put off fighting the boss here. I do enjoy exploring areas thoroughly. Also, my tits are flapping like crazy. Look at this shit. Goddamn. Calm yourself, sir. Yeah, indeed. So if we go back this way, we should head back into the... I don't know why I'm going around this way. This is probably the least convenient way of getting to where I want to be, but alas, here we are. Head face first through the wall, like so. Wait, don't you go ring-a-ding-ding on me. Who's Brador invading again? In the same spot. I thought we had him here already. That was one of those epic samurai moments where we just pass each other, weapons drawn, and then one of us explodes in blood. Except we kind of fluffed it up, so instead we just both stand there and awkwardly turn around to face each other again. Oi, mate. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, hey. You're really shit at being an assassin, you know? Like, not to be, like, mean to you particularly, but you're doing a really mediocre job at, like, assassinating. You're not particularly stealthy, you're not like, aha, gotcha, bitch. Like, you were literally standing there and letting me walk up to you. Sir, how did you kill Simon? How bad is Simon that, like, that he gave up because you hunted him down, of all people? He's flailing so... Oh, I am falling. So, fish dog, man, guy. Ow, ow, help, help, help. Stop doing that, that's so cheeky. Please! I said please! Alright, we need to get the situation under control, and the only option here is to aggro more men, I think. Yeah, clearly that is the best way of sorting this situation. I am dead. Their AoE yell stun lock thingy is really nasty. Not a fan. Stupid dogs. I have a drink, you should hydrate as well. There you go. Yeah, I waited until the very last moment just for you. How do you feel about that, huh, Mr. Judgy prick over there? Yeah, fucking... You said you were dead, but you didn't actually die. Yeah. Screw you. That's what you get. That sounds awfully like a euphemism. I do not approve. I do not want to get deep wound. Especially given that deep ones are usually the tentacle flaily variety, so like I'm not exactly happy with that phrasing. How am I not getting a single fucking... There's a jump attack. I can't parry that. That's fair. There we fucking go. That's not as much damage as I was hoping for, maybe because of the little elixir. Of course, another jump attack. Are you... Oh, I thought deep ones might also refer to the, like the more monstrous varieties. Like the, blowfish people weren't monstrous, but you know what I mean, probably. I ramble, trying to look for my opportunity to not be useless. There we go. I see him, 7. Yeah, you have already invaded here. Why do you keep invading in the same place? Shoo! Buzz off! Alright, there was a ladder here that we didn't explore. Let's go explore the ladder. Alright, ladder, how we doing? How are we feeling about this? Just you and me and all these fish people? Blub blub indeed, motherfucker. Lovely evening, isn't it? How dare you? Hey man, these fish people did nothing wrong, I think. I'm pretty sure that's the lore. I think these guys are innocent. I think I'm the bad guy. At least I'm related, indirectly, to the bad guys. Yeah, down you go, sunshine. Clearly the bad guy. Goodbye, fish mate. Fancy lightning you have there. Would be a shame if I just stepped back for 2 meters and then punished you. Good try though, appreciate the effort. I had a good line like that yesterday, but I forgot in which context, and I forgot what the line was, and I forgot the... Oh yeah, the description for part 7 of this very playthrough had a fun play with this stuff. Similar to what you were just saying. Stupid butcher fish mates are actually pretty nasty. You, on the other hand, are not that big of a deal. I can handle you. Oh, I missed. Yeah, I think it's because I'm mashing to get out of the grab. Let's just loot this through the wall because we're cheaty like that. Like, I'm not sure if you know about this mechanically, but you can mash out of grabs and the soul scans, generally speaking, by spamming the attack buttons left and right. So you, like, if you're being grabbed by something, it's worth just spamming the attack buttons to get out of it. And if it's a grab where you can break out of it, your character often has an animation that is different to just tanking the grab. So like you either push them off of you, or in this case you catch the cleaver and wiggle free. I'm not sure, like maybe I can let the animation play out for hi guys. Don't mind me talking about murdering you. But yeah, I can maybe let the animation play out once or twice, and we can see if it does actually do something different. But some of the animations are definitely different for you actually wiggling free of the enemy attack rather than it just playing out normally. If you want to share a Festive D1 video, is that for the video chat or the general chat in Discord? You can put that wherever. I think in general I prefer things, or like if you want to have a thumbnail that people can just watch, it should go into clips and videos or showing off or whatever, but you can also just put it in the general chat. Nobody really cared too much about the various channels and what I had planned for them, so I've kind of given up on sorting that out anyway. Like, you can effectively post it wherever. I don't really police that sort of thing very much. How dare you? I might die. I didn't plan to, but I might die. See how I phrased that carefully now? That's all your work, Fandango. I hope you're proud of yourself. You've made me insecure. I am dead. I am so fucking dead. Yeah. Can I maybe shoot those? Nice. That worked out so well after my failed attempt earlier. I shouldn't have doubted myself. I should have just said like a fancy one-liner like "fuck off, fish," and then I shoot the thing, and then I feel really cool for my very clever pros that I bust out well. Oh my god, fish. I'm sure I rescued the situation, whatever the fuck you're talking about. It sounds made up, but whatever you made up there, I'm sure it ended with me heroically saving the day afterwards, as I usually do in Deep Rock Galactic. I actually really want to play more of that game. Like, I've been recently in the mood to do some drilling, but I'm kind of stuck playing like TF2 and Hunt and stuff. Like, I have a lot of stuff to play at the moment, so just one more on the list is tough to put in. Right, I shall Google later, thank you. I'm sure it's doctored, I would never lie. Where is the folly off bit? Here, okay. Oh, this is where we grab the thing through the wall, very fine. Else out here. I mean, honestly, the reason I didn't die was because the game was buggy. Like, I was in this position where I was 100% supposed to die, which is why I said, I'm dead, I'm so fucking dead. Like, the game not killing me there was clearly a bug of the game, and I want my money back. It's an awkward room with just a bit of loot in there. I wonder if this is an ambush of some variety. Oh, I hear the ding ding, I see. It truly is an ambush in that case. Alright then, quote-unquote assassin, good. I mean, I would recommend. It's a fun game, a really good game, and I mean, most people are very happy with surviving. It's just that I now have this guy hounding me about this moment that he found incredibly funny, where I said I was dead, but in fact it turned out I was not dead. And that's already the entire comedy. Not sure what he finds so funny about that. Ow. You like bringing that up. Also, I may have very slightly overstated the facts for comedic effect. Oh fuck, he drank another lead elixir. I thought he was healing. No way that would make me think that I can now slap him if he's healing. I don't know. Anyway, please cease being annoying, Mickey. That was an interesting delayed parry effect. The medkit clip is still one of my favorite things that has happened in recent memory. Like, I am still internally laughing my ass off just thinking about it. I haven't referenced it since because, like, Sorellis doesn't seem to find it that funny. He was like, oh, I shot the guy afterwards, I wasn't that far away. It's more about the vibe, but alas. I'm sure Fandango will gladly provide if he is in a position to do so. Otherwise, I'll quickly, once I deal with this Mong, I was gonna say tab out, which is totally not what I'm doing, since I don't have to tab anything. Let's see, clips and videos. Here we go. Oh, good man. That's some timing right the fuck there. No, we got the beast hide garb. We got the shoes and pants last time. This time we got the chest piece. Which is quite fancy. I'll let you watch the clip in peace though, if you so desire. Before I elaborate. Smirking to myself like an idiot, mentally replaying parts of that clip. I think we're done with this place now. Feels like we've been... I say everywhere, just as I arrive in the room that I haven't been in just yet. Oh well. There's also an ambush down there that we haven't been to, so I guess I have not been everywhere. Good thing I didn't actually say that, and only alluded to saying that, because now I don't look like an idiot. I have no idea what I just got. Okay, bullets. Thank you. Delayed Twitch preview. That disappeared so quickly because I picked it up mid-air and then the prompt disappeared. Or the text box disappeared. Alright, that's where I'm ending up if I jump down the ambush hole. Well, I mean... nothing ventured. Why did you just explode retroactively? The fuck was that about? Yeah, so that's the part that fucking annihilates me about this clip, is I am under so much stress in that moment. Like, I am fighting for my life. Literally everything is going wrong. Some random grunt attacks me while I'm trying to toss my dynamite. Fandango has already died. I'm on 1 HP trying to avoid some shotgunner around the corner. And third mate is just arriving at near the crime scene and is just pointing out, hey, there's an item here. Just not at all in the same sort of vibe that I'm in. Like, just what slays me so much about that is just how different the perception of that situation is between him and me. Like, I am in such a different world in that clip to where he is. Just, oh, it's glorious. I fucking love that clip so much. He's also completely oblivious of the whole thing. Like, Fandango and I just like, oh yeah, there's a guy here, and oh yeah, fuck, I'm fighting, and blah blah, whatever. Just, you hear the gunfight, people are dying, explosions, screaming, sirens in the background, people are dying in the streets, and it's just like, oh, medkit here. I fall down the hole again because I was like, oh, I wonder what this is. And then as I am falling, my brain's like, but that's the hole that you've already been in, mate. So now I'm gonna go all the way back around. Thank you, brain. Could have maybe been a few seconds faster there. No, I didn't have to waste all this time, but here we are. We're still getting there, so I guess it's all good eventually. Yeah, he did absolutely kill one of them just after that situation, and according to him, like, his response to that, when I talked about how funny I find that and how different the experience was, his response was like, I wasn't that far away. Which is even more funny to me, because, yes, in terms of space and even time, he wasn't that far away, but emotionally and mentally, he was very, very far away from me in that moment. So that just makes it even better. But yeah, anyway. It's just, this glorious. I love that. This is a really funny stream. My PC was really shitting itself. Like, earlier when I was playing Hunt with Elders, I, like, really felt just how much better the game ran when I wasn't streaming and stuff like that, so just... Alright, I think we're done exploring this place, so let's head back and go check on Brador in his cell, because I think that's where the 4th invasion takes place. And even if not, we get to bin the actual mate then. I don't know. I don't mean to sound rude or to talk shit about the man, because he's a fantastic bloke and I love him, but goddamn, the man is blessed with a level of obliviousness to anything going on around him that makes it, like, it's not the attitude that makes him go, haha, I go in there and get this done. It's the, I am not aware of all the things around me or around the thing I'm trying to do that creates said scenario that you enjoy. It is not an intentional choice of disregard of the facts, it is obliviousness towards the facts. And that can also be sort of frustrating at times, but yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, basically. That's a pretty good comparison, I reckon, from the little I know of the man, though. Like, I'm not really qualified to judge that guy, since I don't really know Niflor that much, but for the most part, he seems, like the similar sort of bloke, except much more like outgoing and vocal and stuff, whereas Aldous is a bit more on the reserved side. But yeah, it's good. Also, have drink. Don't forget to hydrate. Alright, so I think we're gonna get invaded here a 4th and final time. Oh, is this guy dead now? Is that happening here story-wise? Oh, that's so cool! These enemies that normally attack you here are now dead because this guy has been preparing for the ambush. That's cool. I like that. That's nice. God damn it. Oh, really? Oh, I'm stuck on this fucking chair. Who put this chair there? If that was part of your assassination plan, then goddamn, you have the foresight of a god. Which, you know, gods in this game don't really have that much foresight and they tend to die and shit, but, you know, just, I guess the phrase is what counts. This is not a good place to fight this man, with his long stick flailing wildly with infinite stamina. Maybe we'll pull you out here. He fucketh off! How dare you! I want to fight you! I just couldn't get back in here. Oh, nice respawn. Very good. Good man. He even keeps his age, and he attacks immediately. Okay, look. That's some advanced strats that you're pulling there, my man. Right now, words elude me as I try to dodge the attack that looked devastating. There we go. Everything under control. He died. So now we have the full set. We now have... God, we have a lot of items, don't we? There it is, finally. Brador's Testimony, Beast Hide Garb, Bloodied Armbands, and Bloodied Trousers. the scalp of a horrible cleric beast, indicating that Hunter Brador, a healing church assassin, had killed a compatriot. Afterward, he wore his ally's own scalp and hid himself away deep below in a cell. The church provided him with a single, soundless bell of death to ensure their secrets would be kept. The bloodied hide of a horrible cleric beast, pulled over the back. Without the attached beast hide, this foreign garb wouldn't raise anyone's eyebrows. Brador donned a compatriot's beastly scalp and hide, while still moist with blood. Most of the bloodstains on this hide were from that day. So basically, absolute fucking deviant. Like, mate, get a life. Which is a bit rich coming from me, but if even I tell you to get a life, maybe you should really consider this. Yeah, ring ring. Also, soundless bell. I do not believe you.
Welcome to my quarters. I've never entertained a guest before. Are you going to kill me? After all you've done, kill me. As if to right your wrongs. What is it? Aren't you going to kill me? Or perhaps beg my forgiveness? Well, leave off. What's done is done.
You have an awful, insane, and jolly laugh there for someone that just sits in front of a guy with his fucking whirligig saw at the ready and spinning. Mate.
Nothing changes. Such is the nature of man.
And we get his weapon, the Blood Letter. Bit of a weird one. I fucked around with that one briefly as well, but didn't end up enjoying it quite a bit, or quite that much. Has some interesting mechanics though. The demented hunter weapon brandished by Brador, the healing church assassin. The Blood Letter assumes its true and terrifying form after it draws upon the blood of the inner reaches of one's own body and soul. This is the only effective means of expelling tainted blood, or so Brador, isolated in a cell, continued to believe. Yeah, this guy was a bit insane. Mate, like, sir, even for a healing church hunter and with all this shit going on, you're a little bit loopy, you know? Like, fucking... goddamn, sort yourself. I mean, not anymore, obviously. Also, you were living in this nightmare, so I mean, it's not really your place to fucking sort yourself out anymore, I guess. But whatever. Just absolute weirdo. So that's that guy done. We also didn't get any vermin, so it's a bit disappointing. Let us then don the broccoli head as we march upon the final boss. Yeah, that's always been a bit of a shame. Most of the characters don't have facial animations at all, and especially like no mouth moving, like not even miming speaking, like not saying like, oh, it needs to be like lip synced or whatever, but they don't even move their mouths at all as they speak, and it's always been a bit of a shame about the Souls games. I think in Dark Souls 3 some of the characters do, and I think in Dark Souls 1 the blacksmith is the one character with a moving mouth, but outside of that everybody is very stiff and very non-physical, even though the lines themselves are often great and delivered quite well. The one thing that always kind of turns me off a little bit of the voice delivery is that so many times they follow up their otherwise interesting or good lines with that over-the-top insane laugh. And it's gotten to the point where it's not just a bit of a trope, but it is an actual just fucking straight-up meme, that after anything they say, they will burst into a spontaneous laugh of insanity for no reason whatsoever, even if they're talking about normal shit. Like, it's a bit, like, that sometimes pulls me out of it a little bit too much, but eh. For some characters it works alright, especially the ones that are actually like insane and going hollow in the Souls games, for example, or just insane in this one. But for the characters that aren't meant to be insane, it is a little bit much at times. Do I want 4% physical damage or all damage reduction, or do I want 4 extra blood vials? I think we choose the 4 extra blood vials instead, now that I'm thinking about that for a second. Since we have all 4 levels of the communion rune. I think there's only 4, maybe there's 5. We could also remove the moon rune now, and ignore the fact that we could get more blood vials, or blood echoes I should say, and instead put on something else that might be useful. Could do max stamina, could do even more blood vials, but I think at that point we're just tanking a little bit too much. Maybe we do visceral attack damage up, that seems like a good one. Yeah, I mean, again, for the characters that are just insane, or just are saying something that might be a trap and then they just can't contain their giggling about it or whatever, like, that's fine with me, but the more serious ones, and you don't necessarily need that sort of addendum to their whatever the fuck they're saying. That being said, it's not always that they do that. They actually do manage to have their emotional, interesting, or big serious moments as well. It's just kind of gotten a bit out of hand at times, I think. Oh, I didn't check the blood gems. I think we got some new good ones, but anyway, let's just try the fight without them. Fuck it. Broccoli on pizza can be alright. That said, I do enjoy broccoli in general, so I may be biased. I also love almost any variety of pizza, so I may be double biased, which is the worst kind of biased, I guess. Alright, this way or the other way, I think? Here is where we go. So these guys that are like praying or whatever, you can actually just roll through them to bend them, which is a bit weird. But they don't drop anything, so we don't need to do that unless they block our path. Let's get rid of those from our hotbar and put on... Do we even need anything? I guess we can put on the bold paper just because why not? Well, hope you're ready to see some weird shit. It didn't refill my blood vials automatically, what the fuck is that? Huh, oh well, whatever. Silly game. So yeah, he just got born. Such is the way. Alright, time to focus. Got 2 swings there. Stagger at least for this. Oh, right, that happens. Let's try the 2-ending. I'm not planning to parry anytime soon. God damn, that is a lot of stuff to damage, really. I don't know why I didn't do that. Yeah, we stagger him a lot, that's a good sign. Let's get out of the water, maybe, have the flat open terrain. Yeah, look how the broccoli just gets in the way. You can hardly see him approach me, which normally you would be able to because it's exactly that part of the screen where the enemy is actually located. So it does actually matter a little bit more than my thing. Okay, I forgot you could throw that. There was another blood vial. Okay, let's not accidentally bug him. Let's not do what I'm planning to do. So I was gonna try to parry him and this will attack him, but he's about to phase transition into phase 2, and if I accidentally do too much damage when he's doing that, then he might bug and not go into phase 2 or his AI disappears or something. Like, he has a few issues with that sort of thing, so not go overboard. Accidentally make that happen. He does seem a bit confused. Still staggers quite quickly. That might be our success. That's not even such a bad trade on me, actually. Oh wow, I'm realizing we're close to shore. the power of broccoli was too much. Congratulations to anyone who had faith in me. I did not have faith in myself. Oh well. I mean, I did almost run out of blood vials, so I was maybe face tanking this a little bit too much. So yeah, I think this is Cause herself being beached here, and this is what remains of the orphan of Cause, I think. Let's dissolve you.
Sweet child of Cos, returned to the ocean. A bottomless curse, a bottomless sea, accepting of all that there is and can be.
Hey, the sky is no longer fucked with that weird eye thing in the sky. What a lovely place, if you ignore the giant Grade 1 beached on the ground and kinda dead. I think you have a face in there, yeah, there you go. Bit weird. As is most of that fight. Like the fucking weird orphan creature crawling out of its dead mother, still using its placenta as a weapon, that's totally normal. Don't worry, Bloodborne, we're cool with that. It's normal. Everyday sort of occurrence. Alright then.
Gammon await.
Gammon does indeed await me
Very
at the
well,
foot of the great tree, and has been waiting there for quite a while. Very patient man, but you wouldn't think he'd be that patient, given that he's old as hell and probably wants to get out of here, but... Anyway, oh my. The soul that is cubed follows his path, defeating fishmen and lightning's wrath. With the pizza cutter now heated by fire, through the nightmare that seems so dire, he follows the slugs, giving their praise. He knows that numbered are their days. Upon his shoulder a broccoli is worn as he defeats the skeleton freshly born. Goddamn, that is cool as hell. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Broccoli. Such a silly item, but very cool. We got a weapon from that as well, which I'm probably not gonna be able to use or show off even, because I don't have arcane at all. Yep, we need plenty of arcane more to use that. We got the Cos Parasite. When the carcass of Cos washed up on the coast, its insides were teeming with tiny parasites, unlike found in any human, or in humans. This atypical weapon can only be clasped tight and swung, but a Cos Parasite is said to stimulate phantasms inhabiting a lumen wood. So this combines with the rune that we're using to give you, I think it slightly changes the moveset of the weapon, or maybe it's you can't use it without it or something. Like, there's some weird shit going on with that, but I forgot. It's been a long time since I experimented with that. I should probably do an arcane playthrough again at some point and play around with the magic toys and the Cos Parasite and stuff. It's been a long time since I've tried arcane. Might not have even played arcane since the DLC came out, now that I think about it. Maybe. Anyway. I don't think I can equip it in this game. Yeah, in this game you can't equip items that you're not meeting the stat requirement for. No, I can't. Like, in this game you can't equip. I think you can equip it without the broccoli thing, but you probably are right in that you just use it like a club or something. But, yeah, I sadly cannot show it off. Well then, I think that is everything done in the base game and DLC then. We are missing the Chalice Dungeons, which are not my favorite place in the game, and I'm very likely not gonna play through the Chalice Dungeons. instead what we're gonna do this stream is we're gonna go and fight the final 2 bosses, because there's gonna be 2 bosses in a row. I'm gonna explain on that, explain that a bit in a second. And then afterwards we're gonna just call this a playthrough and be done with it. If I am terribly in the mood to play more Bloodborne, then maybe we'll continue that in New Game Plus and do the Chalice Dungeons from there, but for the most part I'm not terribly interested in doing them. Not gonna exclude the possibility, but who knows. Probably not happening. So, anyway, this game has 3 endings. We have, as the doll just said, Gehrman is waiting over here at the tree. This new open part of the Hunter stream that we couldn't access before. He's been sitting here for a while now, since we have reached this stage of the game and then did the entirety of the DLC, so it's been a few sessions. But yeah, he's sitting up there in his wheelchair, and he's waiting to kind of absolve us of the dream. He's gonna sever our connection to the dream, and we're gonna wake up, and the night of the hunt will be over, and that's the end of the game. That's option 1. Option 2 is we can decline his generous offer of killing us and absolving us from the dream, or disconnecting us from the dream, and instead we can say, no, fuck you, we will fight you, and then from there we, if we succeed, become the new host of the dream, and we basically take his place to greet new hunters as they get introduced into the cycle of Night of the Hunt whenever something occurs, and then we guide them like Gehrman guided us, for the most part. Option 3, which is a little bit more hidden. But yeah, for option 2 we would then fight Gehrman, obviously, and if we succeed then the ending happens, otherwise we have to try again. Option 3 requires us to consume at least 3 of these third umbilical cords, of which there are 4 in the game, which is especially confusing because in the original translation it was called third off umbilical cord, as in like 1/3 off an umbilical cord, which is weird when there's 4 in the game, but you still need to only consume 3, and the whole thing is very confusing. Nowadays it's just called third umbilical cord, and is sort of weird either way, but we can consume up to 3 of these. Or, well, we can consume 4, but if we consume 3 of these, we can access the true ending, if you will, where we fight an extra boss after defeating Gehrman. And that's what we're gonna do. So, consuming one of these cords gives us some insight, I think 3 per cord. Let's scroll through them this way, because otherwise we're gonna be sitting here all day, scrolling through items. Yeah, we're gonna go for 4, because why not? May as well eat the umbilical cords that we have lying out in our inventory. Like, just for breakfast or dinner or whatever time it is, as one does. So now, if we decline his offer to release us from the dream, then we will fight him. And after doing that, we are then, well, we don't just take his place, instead we fight the true quote-unquote mastermind, and possibly evil. I'm not entirely certain on the lore anymore in this game, of what basically put us into this place and started this whole thing to an extent. I am usually pretty bad at fighting Gehrman, and then the actual boss I am usually pretty easy at, or pretty good at, or well, it's just a very easy boss fight, is probably the easiest way of saying that. So we'll see how this goes. I keep doing this where before every fight I'm like, oh, this is a very difficult fight, and then I usually do it in 1 or 2 tries anyway, especially like that last one was pretty unfortunate in the way I was like, oh, let's make a prediction out of it and all that, and then just succeed first try. I'm not doing that to be like a dick about it or to show off or whatever, but it's basically my memory of playing this game was that shit is very hard, but we're using a very strong build at the moment, and I've also, in not too like long ago, been going through various of the Souls games, especially in Soul Level 1, so I may have also just been coincidentally practicing for this sort of shit, and thus maybe my perception of it is just kind of different to how it ends up playing out, but we'll see. Anyway, let's have a chat with Gehrman then.
Good hunter. You've done well. The night is near its end. Now, I will show you mercy. You will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun. You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream.
Oh, we're being spared. Oh. I don't think so.
Dear, oh dear. What was it? The hunt? The blood? Or the horrible dream? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Thank you, Asdog. Try my best.
It always comes down to the hunter's helper to clean up after these sorts of messes. Tonight, Gammon joins the hunt.
Cool line there, Grumps. Let's see how this goes. So he does the thing that made me kind of struggle against Maria a bit, where he does a lot of forward stepping during his attacks. So I'm like, haha, I'm out of range, and then he does this weird magical step forwards while swinging, and it catches me anyway. He also does that attack, which charges up, and then he swings twice. And if you just press the fire button at any time, you will basically guaranteed parry him, which is a bit unfortunate. So you can kind of cheese him that way if you want, at least during this part of the fight. Yeah, see those weird, like, forward leaps he does while swinging? That, like, always catches me off guard. I tend to play these games very, like, spacing-based. Like, I try to stay away from my opponents and, like, dip in and out of melee range. So any boss that, like, does that sort of forwards dashing shit always catches me off guard. Like, forces me to adapt a little bit more. He keeps doing the weird charge attack, though, so far this has been pretty easy. So now he's transformed his weapon and he has his gun available. His gun, as always, is very painful, much more painful than it would be for a player. And I think in general his moveset is more annoying in his one-handed form. Thanks for the shot there. Classic roll forward into blunderbuss shot, which even Gascoigne already told us about. Also, he ends that string with a gunshot. If only there was a way for me to learn that before this happened. Sadly, I've never seen it before. Cheeky foot. Thankfully we were so far away that only a few of the pellets hit. Not did any damage. That's two. I think I can backstab him during that, maybe. Maybe I shouldn't be waiting here. Oh well, such is life. Guess we hold up. Damn, we do a lot of damage. I thought he was gonna charge auto for longer. He baited me. I thought he was gonna do that, but he cancelled early and just hit me with it. Bit about. Between the giant flaming lollipop and my broccoli head, it is pretty hard to see him at times. That was not one of those times, I was just being bad. Clumsy me, trading on every opportunity. Thankfully our damage is ridiculously high and our health is also pretty high, so trading is not that bad for us. I am too greedy there though. Let's try not to quite die. I thought he was dying because he paused awkwardly there in his animation. I thought it was him going like, oh no, I am dead. I didn't pay attention that much to the health bar. No, you're dead though. Get the old hunter badge. Don't think we have time to inspect that before the next fight starts. This is my phone wallpaper, by the way. Also would make for a good real wallpaper. More Great One bullshit. Not today. We refuse Garment spot. Yeah, I think we're a little bit overpowered. Like, we have so much HP that I can just happily trade away often, and the Whirling Exhaust does shit tons of damage, so... Even just, like, small damage opportunities pay off quite a bit. So remember how I said earlier that I don't mind this fight usually, and that I usually do pretty well at it? The reason isn't because I'm particularly good at it. In fact, I absolutely do not know this guy's moveset at all, basically. But he is generally considered super weak, and it really shows in the sense that even if you don't know the fight at all, you can usually still deal with him pretty well. He has one gimmick that he might use here in a second. I don't know if it's triggered based on his HP, or just does that occasionally. But he has a gimmick move, if you will, and that gimmick can be a bit nasty, and you might die. And there we go. So he just converted all of our HP into temporary HP that we could rally back if we were to just attack him immediately. I was already far away and healing anyway, so I just took the opportunity to just chuck some blood vials, but that is the one gimmick he can do. So if we just run in there during that and we punch him a bit, then we get our health back right before anything further happens. Also he does this, apparently. I do not remember this attack at all. So we'll just panic roll around a bit and we should probably be fine. Wouldn't it be awesome if the one boss where I'm like, this boss is super weak normally, if that guy just decided to shred me instead? After everything else was so smooth and easy? I guess doing the saw attack there wasn't quite as good. Oh, that was attacking pretty magic bullshit, guess we're just gonna keep our distance and try to avoid the food. So they recover more by just doing a regular combo. Yep, we recover much more by just doing a regular combo. That's the game. I want to see if I can do a thing. I don't think you can. Okay, never mind. So what you can do... Okay, so this game is shitty because you just, after defeating the final boss, you automatically cutscene to the next New Game Plus cycle. I should shut up so the cutscene can play.
Are you cold? Oh, good hunter.
That ended with a comma, as though she was about to say more. Maybe they cut that line or something. Anyway, it's kind of annoying because this game ends as soon as you defeat the final boss. In Dark Souls 2 and 3, you can defeat the final boss and then choose when to finish the game. You can still run around and finish off any loose ends, maybe go for optional areas that you didn't notice before or something. This game just kicks you out and sends you right back to New Game Plus immediately, which is a bit unfortunate. You can cheese it a little bit by, as soon as you do the last hit on the Moon Presence or Gehrman, depending on what ending you're going for, you could use a Bold Hunter's Mark to teleport out of there, and that will cancel the end game cutscene, or like makes it so the game doesn't end just yet, and then you can fuck around and do whatever you want. You can then end the game by going back into the arena whenever, and then we'll share the cutscene and end the game. Yeah. The ending always felt a little bit like anticlimactic after how good the majority of the game is, and especially with the DLC. Didn't necessarily look like it, but the DLC is quite more difficult than the base game is. So you kind of go from fighting the Orphan of Cause as what is most likely your final real boss, and then you go into either like ending the game immediately if you choose that ending, or fighting Gehrman, or then fighting Gehrman and the Moon Presence, and neither of which puts up that much of a fight, so it's always a little bit anticlimactic that way. But it's still very relevant in terms of like the lore and what's going on in the world and shit. So like it has strong implications. reminder to hydrate. But yeah, that was Bloodborne. The stream went by a lot faster than I expected it to. I don't remember if there's any post-credits scene. Five male protagonist voices, but only 3 female protagonist voices. Terrible. Oh my. The hero of our tale heads back to the dream, the old man in a chair, nowhere to be seen. The doll points him to the field in full bloom, and there sits the first hunter under the moon. Sensing the story has more to unfold, he swallows. I guess we'll just go with he. He swallows 4/3 of an umbilical cord. The old man stands and swings a scythe. The soul that is cubed stays quite lithe. Quickly he defeats the one called Gehrman, calling forth a presence he intends to ban. Continuing to fight in a violent dance even. The soul that is cubed... Got his message cut off in the Twitch chat. Kills the moon presence. This is not the end of the story to be told, only the adventure must somewhere else unfold. Oh, goddamn, that is fantastic. Beautiful, thank you very much. May not have read that perfectly, but that is indeed quite something. Presence he intends to ban. Makes me think the moon presence just goes like, "Oi, hunter, wanna buy some followers? Go over to this link." Just, mate, fuck off, and then we slap it with the pizza cutter, as the Lord intended. Bigmoons.com. Oh god. I guess I'll have to come up with some new game to continue our adventures in then, sometime soon. But hey, I finally got a actual fucking Bloodborne playthrough, caught fully on stream, start to finish, with all the things in it. I'm very happy about that. Bloodborne is kind of unfortunate in the... due to being PS4 exclusive. Like, so many people that I know, or, well, that may be a bit overselling the very small number of people that I actually know, but anyway, like, a lot of people that I know would enjoy Souls games in general, but don't really get to play Bloodborne or really enjoy it, and it's always been a bit of a shame. So I was always hoping to, at some point, either do a playthrough with them, like we've tried doing that in person every now and then, but it never really stuck. Because it's always kind of hard to set up a, hey, let's meet regularly and play a game together sort of thing. Like, that usually falls apart quite quickly. So, I've never really gotten to chat it with them, so I was always hoping to, at some point, do that via stream, maybe. I don't think this playthrough is, like, fantastic for people that have never played the game, because I obviously knew pretty well where I was going and what I was gonna do and where I would get what item and blah blah. But, I don't know. Hopefully it was still entertaining. It's not quite like Outer Wilds is, where you basically just look for people that are playing this for the first time so you can vicariously re-experience it, but it goes very heavily in that direction. I think overall it's much more entertaining to watch someone play this game that is playing it for the first time and is like having his mind blown by all the weirdness going on, and like, part of the Souls game storytelling usually is the struggle and that things are difficult and that overcoming them takes a lot of effort and frustration and challenge and shit. So like, having someone that knows the game very well play it just takes that away quite a bit.
All signed.
We've seen this in the intro. We wake up as a broccoli man, whatever the fuck it fucking injected into us. It did absolutely massive work, goddamn. Goodness gracious. But yeah, it's still fun. I like playing this game every now and then. It's, oddly enough, my least played Soulsborne, actually. I guess technically now that Sekiro exists, that is my least played Soulsborne. I play the others a lot more. I feel like the build variety in this game isn't quite as fantastic, and the weapons don't feel... Like, they feel different when you just swing them and directly compare them, and the moveset on paper is more interesting because you have transformation attacks and shit. But like, overall, I feel like the build variety as a result of like the lack of encumbrance and whatever is a little bit lower, so I don't replay this game quite as much as the others. Also, I never did the Blood level 4 run through this, so maybe I'll do that at some point, but that's not for today. I should stop rambling. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you had a good time, and yeah, I'll see you next time with whatever we dig up next. Whatever the hero story will continue, we will find out. Bye bye!